Greetings, duelists, and welcome to another deck report with the new format about to begin. I figured I want to revisit one very popular strategy, but with a little special twist. So, this is Crystron K9. We've already seen Crystron K9 already, like enough times. This was a really strong meta contender prior to the list. And with the swap between Jokel and Inclusion, the deck did get weaker because the deck didn't need more Crystron cards, it needed more K9 cards. But overall, the power of the deck and the ceiling and the potential is still there. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to give the Crystron K9 players here a proposal. I am proposing an engine that I've been already playing, but instead of playing it in my strategies, playing it on your strategies. And you'll see what I mean by that. So this hand is pretty standard except for one thing. We are seeing Emergency Teleport. Why is Emergency Teleport in here? Well, let's find out. So we're going to activate Emergency Teleport, and that's going to summon Super Quantum Blue Layer. This is our new negotiator for today, and Super Quantum Blue Layer has something to say involving his business practice. He's telling us, Crystron K9 players, that they can help bridge into K9 or Crystron with their engine itself. I think that sounds like a good proposal, right? You are a little susceptible to Fualos by doing this, and you are going to be like magnetized by other hand traps. You might walk into Nibiru a little bit more. Those are the caveats. But trust me, I think the business practice involving the Quantum is going to be worth it. So Blue Layer is going to add us Layer 19. Layer 19 is going to activate and it's going to summon Zaytan. If you've been on this channel and you've seen my Malice deck, you already know what I'm doing here. However, we are going to switch things up a little bit. We're going to send red, we're going to summon another red. Red is going to grab back the Zaytan. And here is where it gets different from Malice. In the past, we used to just summon Zaytan and go to Cherubini, right? Well, we're still going to do that. We're still going to Cherubini, but instead of sending a Malice monster, we are sending Crystron Smyger. And Crystron Smyger can banish itself to add Inclusion. So yeah, Quantums are starter for Crystron. And we're going to activate the Inclusion. Inclusion is going to grab us Tristaros. We're going to normal Tristaros. We can like synchro with these two into El Esqueletus. El Esqueletus can grab. Red Layer can bring back. And, you know, you can banish the Tristaros, pop the El Esqueletus, and just keep going from there. You have the Solfefnir in your hand as well, you know, using the sample hand. So there are a lot of ways to keep playing. Now, let's switch. Let's go back a little bit. Let's go back to when we had Zaytan and the two Quantums, right? Instead of summoning Cherubini, we're going to make the Zaytan level 5. And that means we can overlay into Ripper. And K917 Ripper is just going to add us the Jokel. So if you already have your Crystron setups already, if you already have Inclusion in your hand, because Inclusion is a 3, like, there's no need to go into the Crystron route. You can just grab your K9s instead. Vice versa, if you already have K9s in your hand, you can just use the Quantum Engine to bridge into your Crystron cards, and then you have the infamous Jokel Crystron 5 setup, which I think is pretty neat. So with this engine, you no longer need Scrap Recycler. Like, Scrap Recycler was mainly there if you just open canines. This engine is big enough to just like open enough starters for both of them, depending on the ratios that you try to play. So yeah, that's the proposal I'm sending to you guys. If you go to the minimalistic package, is like 7 to 8 cards. So that's not that many cards that you're committing into this. So you still have enough room for non-engine. We already lost like multiple copies of Case. We don't have to play chaotic elements. That it could be clunky with multiple lanterns. You don't have to play like a lot of other canines. You don't have to play 3 copies of Noroi. I think like just this quantum stuff is gonna be good enough. Now, let's show you something a little bit different. So the second business practice that we're going to be talking about today is, what if we allow Crystrons to be part of Super Quants? I'll show you what I mean by that. So you go emergency teleport for blue. Blue is going to add, we're going to add Zaytan instead of layer 19. And this is going to be really important. In the past, you would always grab layer 19 because it's just a lot less risky. But we're going to grab Zaytan. We're going to summon Zaytan. Zaytan is going to tribute, send, and we're going to summon Alphan, and we're going to send Alphan Spike. Yes, we are playing a more focused Super Quantum variant as well. So this is the second proposal. What if you play Super Quants, but you just invite Crystrons into your family? So let's see what happens here. So we're going to activate the Alphan. Alphan is going to reveal 3 Quantums. And there are 17 different combinations that you can arrive to with the Alphan. Like if you summon black or red or white, the sequence kind of changes. But it is all the same sequence because the end result is going to be the same. For more details on that, I'm going to put a video in the description. Shout out to Plus Infinite, as well as everybody in the Super Quantum Discord. This is not an original concept. This is something that has already been theorized. But I kind of reached an epiphany and thought, hey, with inclusion back to 3 and with canines being introduced like in our strategy, maybe there's a chance for Super Quants to do something in TCG Advanced Constructed. So our sequence gave us red and sent white and black to graveyard. What's going to happen here is red is going to grab from the graveyard, white is going to trigger, and black is going to trigger. White goes to our hand. We add layer 19. And in this practice run, we only are using one Alphan, but pretend this is another copy of Alphan. So we have another Alphan in our hand. That's a lot of cards in our hand, by the way. Kind of crazy. So now we're going to use Alphan Spike's effect. We're going to banish it with Alphan, and that's going to activate Magna Carrier from the deck. And Magna Carrier, if you played Super Quants before, this is like one of their more important cards. But the thing about this card is really, really scary. Like, if everything involving this card resolves, I think your opponent's not winning, because let me show you the end results. So we're going to use Magna Carrier, and this is another beautiful thing about mixing it with Crystrons. By playing Crystron cards, you have really good discard fodder for your Magna Carrier, because all these Crystron cards are going to replace themselves. So we're going to special summon white layer, tribute red. Red is going to trigger. We're going to bring back black. We're going to overlay these two into Lusterex. And now we're going to activate layer 19. And layer 19 is going to summon our last copy of red. And now we're going to Smiger. Smiger is going to add us inclusion. We're going to activate inclusion. Inclusion is going to add us Sulfador. And again, this is why Crystrons are strong in with this concept. Like this Sulfador is I almost say Sulfacord. This Sulfador is free because this Sulfador can just pop the inclusion and bring itself back. But this Magna Carrier is going to make Magna Liger, and this is another really cool thing, which I will bring up in a moment. We're going to grab all of these with the Mana Carrier. This Mana Carrier is supposed to go into Graveyard, but we now have an 8 material Grey Magnus. We're going to use Sulfador, pop the inclusion, Sulfador comes back. We're going to send 2 with the Sulfador. We're going to banish inclusion, summon the Tristaros. We're going to summon these 2 into El Esqueletus. El Esqueletus is going to grab us the cluster. We're going to Tristaros, pop the El Esqueletus. El Esqueletus is going to summon from our deck. We're going to summon 2 more Crystrons. That's going to summon back Tristaros. We're going to grab these 2, and that will make us Nova and then Infinity. And something that's really cool about all of this is if you activate Sulfador or Tristaros, or like, yeah, a few other of the Crystron cards, you're locked into machines from the extra deck. Did you notice something about all the Super Quants? Yeah, they are all machines. So this lock does not hurt Super Quantums by any means. And the really cool thing is Crystrons have level 5s, they have level 3s, they have level 7s. So they have the correct numbers in order for you to make your mech beasts as well. Crystron is also really strong because they are really good hand trap checks. Like, Super Quantum's biggest problem is Nibiru, the Primal Being. If Nibiru, the Primal Being, is not a factor, we really are perfectly okay with all our Super Quantum sequences. So the Crystrons kind of help with that, like by making stuff like Cyber Dragon Infinity, or just threatening Infinity, or threatening the Canines. You're pretty much just putting your opponent in a position where they're gonna have to hand trap these cards before you go into your Quantums. And is it worth it to just bait your opponent with Crystron for you to go to the Quantums? I say yes. Like, Grey Magnus has a really powerful effect. Like, if this card hits on the board, not many decks will win against this card. And that's including the new decks. Like, I don't think Radiant Typhoon has an out to Great Magnus in their strategy. Same thing with Exo Sister and Dark Lords. And maybe Albaz has a way to deal with this, but you know, it's really hard. And the absolute worst case scenario, Great Madness floats and just brings back all the Quantums. So yeah, this is pretty much a fun little project that I'm working on at the moment. There is no definitive deck list. This is like a theoretical list at the moment. But yeah, I hope you found this informative and to your liking and understanding. Yeah, I think this is a really fun concept, and this might be even good even post Burst Protocol. But that's it. That's all I have for now. Until next time, keep practicing and keep dueling.